This is the Grandparents Story Lab, a podcast where
kids interview
inspiring elders.
I hope you're all sitting down. I'm very old, I'm 73. I run 5 days a week, usually. Now, training for the marathon, I usually do my little, 3 miles, 4 miles, 6 miles. And then one day every 2 weeks, every fortnight, I would do a long run. So I would start off with 6, 8, 12, 15, 18, 20 miles. I live near Central Park. I run in Central Park. And it's just wonderful. You have squirrels, you have birds, you have people. And it's a very, very exciting park. It's very active, very, very inspiring too.
How many marathons have you done? Not just like here, but around the world?
I have to estimate how many, I won't count them now because you want to know how many marathons I've done in total. I would say it's about 50.
So when you're running marathons, do you feel relaxed and happy that you're just doing this, or do you feel like tension and scared that you might not finish it, or you might get hurt or something?
I feel all those things when you're running. I feel happy, I feel ecstatic, I feel afraid. Will I be able to finish the marathon? That is, it is a concern. When you're running a marathon, nobody can run it for you. So it's yourself. And when I run, I play games with myself. For example, when at 5Ks or 3 miles, I will have a little treat. And then another 3 miles, I'll have another treat. It's like, what you do with your dog. Come on. When he doesn't want to move, you give him a biscuit. So, and then when I'm running, I plan things, I visualize things, and it's not easy, but life is not easy, right? If you wanted to be a musician, you have to work really, really hard. So, it just makes you very, very strong. I was born in Europe, Greece. Find Greece on the map for us, right over here. I don't have anything under my glasses. In Italy, France, Germany, Greece. There you are, Greece. It was near the Yugoslav border. Where's Yugoslav? Yeah, Europe.
You see that orange country, right?
Right.
There.
Right. That's it, yeah. Right, sorry, my glasses, right. So we were right up north here near the Yugoslav border, 10 kilometers. And did you know I'm related to Alexander the Great?
What?
Really?
Well, I think I am. The Alexander the Great, because they discovered his tomb, which was about 5 kilometers from my little village. We lived on a farm, we grew everything, we had all kinds of animals, a vineyard, we grew vegetables, we had fruit, we had cherry trees, and we had a cherry tree that was wonderful, and I used to eat the cherries before they were really ripe. I used to get a tummy ache every year.
How is it like living on a farm? 'Cause I've barely ever even been to a farm.
It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work. Everything we wore, ate, we grew and made.
You don't do that now.
But people want to go back to that now.
They do?
They do, because see, you're so close to nature. All your problems seem to evaporate. We had cows, we had all kinds of animals, yes. So I had pets, but they weren't inside. They were free to roam. You know, the dog stayed outside.
The dogs?
The dog lived in its kennel outside. The cat roamed the streets, as cats do, looking for food. The cows went to the pasture. So, you know, I was surrounded by animals, but they were not inside the house. Anyway, it was too small.
Did you have chickens?
We did, oh yes, we had chickens. So we had fresh eggs, and we also had fresh chicken too. I know, that's life. When I was 9.5, we got on a ship and we went through the Suez Canal all the way to Australia on a boat. It was exciting. I loved it.
What did you see?
Water. Dolphins. I'd be sitting on the boat, you know, we were on for about 4 to 6 weeks. It's a long time. And you'd look over on the other side and you'd see all kinds of fish swimming by the boat. It was so exciting. I used to love exploring the ship. It was like a big passenger liner, and I loved exploring the ship. I used to go down to the engine. You know, that was really exciting.
How long the trip took?
About, I think it was 6 weeks. Yes.
That's almost like
Not in those days. Well, they did have aeroplanes because they used them in the Second World War, but they were fighter jets. Passenger aeroplanes, if you were very, very expensive, we were poor, we weren't rich, and nobody travelled by aeroplane in those days. 1956. It was just so much fun. It was a lot of fun. And lots of friends, there were lots of kids going on the boat, going to Australia. And I remember one time when we got to the boat, we came in at night. And just imagine, and I lived in a little village where there was no electricity, no running water. And then as we're coming by, I see all these twinkling lights. That was Melbourne. If you had never seen lights and you saw them, what would you think they were? Stars, yeah?
candles.
Candles? What do you think you could? Fireflies, yeah. I thought it was fairyland. I thought that we had come from my tiny little village where once the sun set, that was it. You had to walk around with a candle. I remember coming into Port Melbourne. That's where the ship stopped. And then the next morning, we didn't get off then, of course. We got off the next morning and my mother's sister was waiting. From the porthole, we could see our relatives waiting for us. You bring back happy memories for me.
The Grandparent Story Lab is produced by Clara Ibarra and Rachel Bongiorno. For more stories or to get in touch, go to our website, thegrandparentstorylab.org.